This is the A to Z of Manchester United. C is for champions, 20 times. 20 times, 20 times Man United. And while we're on that, C is also for chants. And other fans might not like to admit it, but we have some of the best, most creative chants in the game, and a lot of them have been made up here in Bishop Blaise. C is for Walter Crickham, one of the club's greatest servants of the 20th century. He was club secretary for 30 years from the 20s. He developed the youth system. He stepped in as manager in troubled times twice. He guided the club through World War II and unfortunately died in the Munich air disaster. C is for Cruyff. Believe it or not, guys, we actually had a Cruyff. Not the Cruyff, but Jordi Cruyff. 4 years, 34 games. It's not the best tally, to be honest, but we were hoping the sort of genes would be passed through to him, but they seem to miss him out. C is for Crest. This is what the boys play for. Well, some of them do, anyway. The shield in the middle was originally Manchester City Council's coat of arms. We didn't have our own, so we took theirs. The ship represents all this stuff. We've got the devil that come in the 70s. So did these footballs, which replaced the red roses of Lancashire. Used to say Manchester United FC, but we got rid of the FC. But we are still a football club. That's very important. C is for City. If we're going to talk about Manchester United and Manchester City, we should talk about players that have crossed the divide. The likes of Kidd, Law, Kanchelskis, Schmeichel, Cole, Tevez. And besides Tevez, everyone who's gone on to play for Manchester City has had much worse a career than they did at United. So that tells you exactly what you need to know about playing for our noisy neighbours. The greatest import our club has ever seen, Eric the King Cantona. Incredible footballer, occasional philosopher, terrible actor, and utter kung fu kicking mentalist. I would flip my collar right now, but I can't because I'm wearing last season's kit. It's just not doable. C is for Champions League, although we're going to have to wait until E until we properly cover it, because as far as I'm concerned, it's still the European Cup. So up yours, UEFA, wherever you are. Which way is Europe? Which way is Europe? Up yours, the Canal. Manchester United and canals are always going to be linked. Rumour has it that it's why our rivalry with Liverpool started. You can get the canal to Old Trafford. We've got a boat on our crest, and George Best used to work for the canal company when he joined us. C is for Celtic. We could have been called Manchester Celtic. That was one of the names that was being dished around in the meetings when we were changing the name from Newton Heath. Manchester Celtic, it is a good job we weren't called that, because you know what our initials would have been? MCFC. Ugh. C is for Sir Bobby Charlton. What can we say about this guy? He survived the horrors of the Munich disaster, he won a World Cup for England, and he led us to European victory in 1968. He was recently voted our 4th greatest player of all time, and he still supports the club week in, week out. He is quite rightly a knight of the realm. It's Sir Bobby Charlton. C is for Corrie. There we are, ITV Studios, Coronation Street. That's where it's happening. The world's greatest soap, bar none, happens right there. It used to happen in Granada Studios. They used to film it there, well into Manchester, but now we are within reach of Old Trafford, because rumour has it the cast said we are not going to film day after day unless we are within physical reach of the Theatre of Dreams. That's C sorted. Charlton, Cantona, there's just so much. If we've missed anything out, put it in the comments below. Comments, that's another C. Share, that, no, oh no, that's an S. But do share and do subscribe. D is for devil. If you weren't watching C, you won't know that the devil was put in the badge in the 70s. Also, if you weren't watching C, what the hell are you doing? It's absolute gold. Get it watched.